AITA for what I said when my parents announced they were having another baby? My parents have 7 kids. There's me 16 meters, Cayla 13F, Robin 12 meters, Sam 10 meters, Laci 8F, Zoe 6F and Robbie 4 meters. They only ever intended to have 2 kids, and even with me and Cayla alone, they'd still struggle. My parents don't have great jobs. We never had much space in our house to begin with, and now we're all crammed in. I started working at 13 to get money so I could pay for stuff I needed, like a laptop, which I didn't have access to when my school first shut down. We didn't even have internet then. My parents swore they were done with Robbie and they'd get us back on track, and that I wouldn't need to work just to pay for stuff I needed for school. The weight of being the oldest is already a lot, and I have paid for stuff before. I babysit so my parents can work nights or get a break. I take care of the house most days so they can focus on earning money. But it's a lot, and we're really too big of a family for what we can actually afford. My parents get help from the government, but it doesn't go far because they're not good with money or with buying groceries. When no baby came right after Robbie, I thought they were serious, and I started to think about my future. I'd love to learn to cook better and work in a restaurant. Not college exactly, because we could never afford it and my grades aren't good enough, but something. Then Monday my parents sat us down and told us they're having another baby, and mom is like 14 weeks pregnant. They knew for 7 weeks and didn't want to tell us until they were ready. My siblings were mostly surprised, but me? I said not again. I think I even cried a little, which caught me off guard because I'm not a crier usually. This was apparently enough to break me though. My parents got so angry at me and told me to check my attitude. I told them they gave me this attitude by being so reckless and putting so much on me, and now they've broken their promise and we're going to struggle even more than before. They told me to stop acting like they're doing something to me, that accidents happen and they'd never abort, even if they could. They told me to focus on making things okay and less on being so negative. I know people say that having money isn't as important as long as you have a loving family, and maybe that's true for some people. But mine feel like a weight I have to carry and not something I'm blessed with. They're a responsibility on me, a burden really. And maybe that's awful to say, but it's how I really feel. I hate worrying about what'll happen if they can't afford the bills, or if my laptop breaks and I can't afford to fix it or get a new one. Or what if we can't afford food, or we can but I have to pay for groceries instead of save. AITA? Commenter says, C_majuscula says, NTA. I had a similar reaction when my parents announced they were having 5. I was the oldest at nearly 15 at that time, and our house had been torn up in a massive renovation. I don't think I cried, but I definitely wasn't happy. It's been 33 years. The house isn't finished and probably won't be while my parents are alive. I'm child-free and don't have a close relationship with my parents. My advice: keep working and try to save some of that money. Look into local food banks, diaper banks, and other services. Don't completely discount college, especially if you think your parents can get it together enough to fill out the FAFSA form. Your family probably qualifies for a lot of financial aid, to the point where you may not have to pay much at all. Move out as soon after high school as you are able to do it. Know where your critical documents, SS card, birth certificate, immunization records, etc. are, and try to keep them yourself. You really should not move out without them. Commenter says, Happy Banana 134 says, NTA. Your feelings are perfectly reasonable. You still need to think about your future. Don't let their decision to have another child derail you. Keep saving. Groceries are not your responsibility. Commenter says, Naibi Tonk says, NTA. I'm so sorry op. Do you have a school counselor you can talk to about improving your grades and looking at a good training course for becoming a chef? Could you talk to a grandparent or other relative about helping out with babysitting occasionally so you can have some time to be a kid? Thanks for watching. I love you. Follow Reddit Echoes for more.